Hey guys, it's Mash Clash here, and today I'm going to be doing a quick video about how all minions have become better or almost equal to clay minions. So, you guys have probably heard about the Bazaar update. It introduced a limit of 640 on most items with collection. So, items like dirt and cobblestone, well, not cobblestone, but mossy cobblestone, stone bricks, stuff like that, they don't have limits. But stuff like maybe quartz, iron, cobblestone, all that type of stuff, they all have limits because they don't want you to be buying enchanted items by buying a bunch of items from the NPC and turning it into enchanted. So they decided to put a limit. This means the only way to get any enchanted item that you want is from actually grinding it or buying it from someone who grinded it themselves. So they introduced the Bazaar. The Bazaar is where you can go and you can buy these in large quantities, also known as bulk. So you can buy it for each price at a fixed rate and you don't have to pay a lot. So a lot of people hate this update, but personally I actually like the update a lot because it actually makes other minions other than clay good and kind of levels out the playing field and gives a reason for other minions to be used other than just trying to get number one collection, which is actually pretty cool and actually makes number one collection something that is worthwhile and also makes Technoblade rich, but that's not the point. So basically, if you guys have seen my last video, not the direct last video, but I did do a video on why I thought that my Tarantula minion setup that I use right over there is better than clay minions. The only thing only thing people criticized in that video was that it was based off AH prices, and in AH prices the prices fluctuate, so I can get very different prices and my prices will fluctuate a lot. So people were saying that it's not as good as clay minions because you never know what price the enchanted string and stuff will go for, but you always know how much enchanted clay is going for, which makes enchanted clay more of a stable option, which I kind of agree, and I know that people don't want to take the chance. But now with the Bazaar, it kind of creates more defined price for all items. So first, today I did not empty that till the end of the day, which is right now, and in this chest, this is all the stuff I got. I got a bit of extra enchanted iron, not all of this, but maybe a bit more, but it's kind of irrelevant and I didn't feel like putting it in the price. So you could make maybe an extra few 10ish K, but it's not that big of a deal. But this is mainly what we got from this. So basically what we should do is I'm gonna go and sell all of this. First, gotta deposit my bank and sell all of this to the Bazaar. So if you didn't know, the Bazaar is right behind the auction house. So if I go to him, you can see that under the combat collection is where all the string is, stuff like that. And already, without even doing anything, no putting for special prices, already at 1.9 mil. Yes, 1.9 mil. I only have 19. Yes, 19. One is a flower minion of Tarantula minions. 19. And this is how much it produced. That is incredibly higher than the clay minion. 20 clay minions with enchanted lava buckets and stuff, just like mine Tarantula minions with enchanted lava buckets, that only makes them about 800k, and with 23 maybe a mil, which is still a lot, but compared to 1.9 mil, and now I'll show you a quick trick that I use, and it will actually net you a few, maybe even 100 to 200k more profit. So basically, when you go to the bazaar, you'll see the string. So here's the enchanted string. You see the buy price and the sell price. So if you didn't know, the buy price here, the buy instantly, will buy it straight from the top sell offer. So these people are selling it for this much, 2.6k a piece. This guy is buying it straight from that guy for 2.6k a piece. Then there's the create the buy order. That means there's some guy who's asking, can I have each enchanted string for 2.4k a piece? If you click sell instantly, you give all of this to this guy for 2.4k a piece. But what you can do is you can try to put your sell offer and put it here for people to sell, and people, if someone really needs it, the enchanted string, they'll buy instantly, and your price will be here and they'll buy it off you. So what I like to do is just to go here, and it's really quick, you don't need to do that much work, and just do the best offer. So it will just automatically take off 0.1 coins and put you at the top, so the next time someone buys enchanted string, it will go to you. All the money will go to you. And if you see the difference, you're getting about 200-ish, 250-ish more coins than you would before. So if you look at over here, you'll see that it says 1.532k for all our enchanted string. Then if you see, if I use the negative 0.1 trap, I get it for 1.68 mil. So that is a decent amount, not too much, but you might have to wait a little bit more to get your money, but it's worth the extra 200k profit. So I'm gonna put all my enchanted string up, and then I have all these enchanted fermented spider, well, regular spider eyes, which look to go for 388k. But if I do this, I do the same thing. Look, 300 coin difference, even more. If I go and try to be the highest, the lowest sell offer for 466k, I just earned an extra 100k that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So now I'll create this sell offer, and now between these two auctions, I've made 2 mil on these items, and even if they don't sell, it's still gonna be a lot, because this is only maybe 0.2k off of the sell instantly price. I'm just trying to get a little bit more bang for my buck, but still 1.9 mil was what I was gonna get before, so it's still incredibly good to do this. This is almost double, this is more than doubled clay minions, so I would highly advise using Chancellor minions now than ever before. But if you remember, I said all minions are good. So I'm gonna go and cut to my solo profile and show you what I mean by that. Okay, so now I'm in my solo profile, and this is where I'm gonna show you literally any minion can make money now. Before I said Tarantula minions, and I showed that it's even better than clay minions. But now I'm going to show you how one of the worst minions in the entire game has actually become profitable. So people used to think that this was one of the worst minions in the game, and it was. You could buy ice for extremely cheap, and this minion is extremely slow. It's not like it ever changed. It's still extremely slow. But the thing is, it's not that easy to get ice. So this makes getting ice easier, and because of the new frozen blaze armor and other things that need ice, like the Yeti sword, people really need ice, enchanted ice. So selling it on the bazaar for a profit is really good. So now I've let this run for maybe, let's say, 1.5 days, and it's generated a lot of packed ice. So I'll cut back to when I turn this all into enchanted ice. And if you think I'm just doing this and saying, oh yeah, it's so good, it's so good, I've actually been doing this for way too long. I have in my ender chest 29 enchanted packed ice, which is extremely expensive, and I am also the number 60 collection in ice. So I'd say I'm pretty good to talk about how broken ice is. So I'm gonna quickly cut to after I have emptied all these minions. Okay, so I finished getting all the enchanted ice, and in total I got about 11 and a bit more stacks of enchanted ice. So keep in mind when we're looking at these prices that all my minions, they are at tier 11, but they do not have enchanted lava buckets, which would give them a lot more profit. They do though have minion expansions, which give a 10% increase to speed. So I do have about 10% times 10, so I do have about the effectiveness of 11 ice minions. So you could say doubling this would give you about 22 minions. If you're around 20-ish minions, doubling this would give you a pretty average amount of profit if you had a farm like this. The only thing is, I got these a long time ago when I was grinding ice to get really high on the leaderboard, which is why I'm at number 60. But that's when it was cheap. Now this is like really hard to get, and these are like millions of dollars worth of minions, when before they were only worth a few 100k. So now let's head to the bazaar to see the moment of truth and see how much money we made. So if we go and hover over the chest, looks like we made about 616k, which at first glance is not that much. We know we can get maybe 50-ish k more by putting it up and waiting for the bazaar order to be filled. But you also have to consider all the stuff that I said before. No enchanted lava buckets, so that's an extra 25%, and each 25% every 4 is like having another minion. So if we were to have, let's say, 20 minion slots, we'd have let's say about 5 more. So we'd have the effectiveness of 25 minions, and we'd have all those extra 10% stacking up. And because we have 20 minion slots, we'll have another 10% stacking up, so 200%, stacking up to about 27 in total minion effectiveness, because we have all those boosts. And if this effectiveness is only 11, that means this times 2 is 1.2 mil, and that's the effectiveness of 22. So if you put those enchanted lava buckets, you should get 5 extra minions. And if this profit right now is 600k, at 10 minions we can divide that by 2. That will give us 300k, and that's how much 5 minions are. So the 22 originally, that made us 1.2 million, plus that 300k that we just made is gonna give us about 1.5 million if you have this completely done with all maxed ice minions with enchanted lava buckets. So that is even better than clay. Yes, the worst minion in the game is better than clay. This was used to be the worst minion. is still the worst minion in some ways because it is extremely slow. And the only reason it's going for so much is because it actually has use. This wouldn't even be as good as it is, and I wouldn't consider this one of the best minions if the wood minions actually work. If these wood minions would actually work, they would 100% be the most and really profitable. Because if you look on the bazaar, you can see that about this stack is about going for 58k. And let's go and do a quick rundown of a stack of any type of wood. I'd go for a spruce wood because it is needed for the wolf pet and a lot of people want that. So if we look at that, that's about 271k. Yes, 271k. That is almost 4 times this. And I'm pretty sure technically wood minions should make more than this, but because of glitches it doesn't. But they did say they have fixed it, and I have not tested if they have actually fixed the minion, but if they did, wood minions without a doubt are one of the best minions in the game. But you have to remember that what happened with the chickens and then eggs and super enchanted eggs could happen to wood, which in some ways is actually a good thing for people who want the wolf pack, but it won't be that good of a money making method in a bit in the future. But if you can, try to abuse it as much as you can before it's too late. So these methods, the ice and the tarantula methods, are probably going to be methods for a pretty long time because their uses are pretty substantial and are expensive and probably never going to be filled by everyone. I don't think, no matter how long this game goes, not everyone will have a tarantula set. It will always be an end game item. Unlike lapis armor, which was an end game item at some point and now became a loser's item per se, like for poor people. But I never think that could ever happen to anything like the tarantula armor, or the scorpion foil, or the mosquito bow, anything like that, scorpion bow, any of those things. I don't think it's ever gonna become this low. So that's why I think that this method with the tarantula minion will stay up and running for good. Then enchanted ice will stay up because of the upgrades like the Yeti sword and the other stuff like the auger rod, and there's also, they also have the enchanted or frozen blaze armor, which is all things that are actually not bad items and are actually pretty useful. So those will keep people paying for them. And one thing that actually might be even better is that right now the Yeti sword sucks. It is expensive, but for no reason. It doesn't really have any good damage, but it has a cool ability. But right now the ability is kind of useless. There's no reason to do it, and people believe that it's gonna have a big part in dungeons. So there's a few people, very few, that who are actually collecting the Yeti sword for dungeons. But we don't really know if it's going to be good. But if it is, that could raise the price way higher. Just like how in the stock market, when something becomes popular and succeeds, everything there, boom, all the profit goes up. It's like the stock goes up and people who have already invested in there will earn money. That's the same. So if you've invested in enchanted ice and you boom and put it all the way up, you're gonna make profit. So that's why I believe all minions are actually equal. Now no one has to go and resort to only clay minions. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, and make sure to follow my Twitch where I stream Hypixel Skyblock, and you can stay here where I sometimes stream Skyblock as well. Okay, bye.